should you have mid-roll ads on your music on YouTube? This is a very specific question, but I wanted to address it because my short answer is no, but for a more complicated answer, I'd say not really. And here's what I mean. When you upload your music on YouTube, of course, once you're in the YouTube partner program, you start making money off the ads on your music. I do suggest leave ads on. It's very common for YouTube. You know, it's pretty much a staple of it. That's really not that big of a deal. The bigger deal is mid-roll ads. In case you don't know, if a YouTube video is 8 minutes or longer, the creator can put an ad in the middle of the video. So as opposed to you seeing an ad in the beginning of the video, and that's all, if it's like, say, a 10-minute video, they could put an ad in at the 4-minute mark, the 8-minute mark, the 5-minute mark. They could put in multiple ads or multiple mid-roll ads in that video. The biggest thing, as you can imagine, when it comes down to is this. No one likes seeing ads. I know it sounds kind of ridiculous to say, and being more specific, when it comes to people listening to your music, that ad is going to ruin the listening experience, right? There's no way around that. Now, let's say it's an educational video, like I have mid-roll ads on some of my educational videos on this channel. I find people don't mind those as much, right? Like I'm talking about something, there's a mid-roll ad, they skip it, they keep listening, and I find people don't mind because they're listening and getting free information from me posting that video, right? You don't pay anything to watch my videos, like this one, unless you have YouTube Premium or whatever, but you don't have to have that to watch my videos. When it comes to music though, people listen to it for enjoyment, and if that ad is in the middle of it, I find for a lot of people especially too, they'll put your song on, but they're not sitting there watching the video like this, right? The way you're maybe watching it now. People will play the song, maybe have it on in the background. Maybe they'll be reading to it, right? So if that ad pops up, it is ruining their listening experience aggressively. For example, Strobe by deadmau5, in my opinion, one of the best EDM songs ever made. There is a mid-roll ad on that video. I think it's by Ultra Music. It definitely wasn't deadmau5 who put that mid-roll ad on. That to me is blasphemous. It's insane that there's a mid-roll ad on Strobe. It just unreal, right? It ruins the whole thing. There is one exception though, that I feel like if you do want to put mid-roll ads on it, it's a bit more understandable, and that is DJ mixes. For example, for me, I have some albums that if you listen to from start to finish, it's about, like, say, an hour long. I purposely don't have any mid-roll ads on that video, right? Yeah, it's an hour long. That's a long video, so to speak, but it's a listening experience where you're listening to one song after another of an entire album I created. I find when it comes to DJ mixes, the listening experience and the psychology of the viewer is a bit different. So let's say I have a DJ mix that's an hour long of me mixing records, and let's say there's 2 mid-roll ads in an hour, or 3, let's say, mid-roll ads in an hour, and let's say there's 2 mid-roll ads in that hour, let's say at the 20-minute mark and the 40-minute mark. I find this a lot more understandable because people are mixing songs, hence the name of a DJ mix. It's understandable that things move a bit more rapidly, and so that's okay to kind of interrupt that rapid pace. I remember Rez, for example, released a DJ mix. It was something like Nightmare on Rez Street or something, where she revealed some unreleased records, and there was, I think, like 4 mid-roll ads. To me, that was understandable. It was a mix of unreleased records, and she had like a whole like visual experience to go along with it. To me, that's way more understandable than the mid-roll ad on Strobe by deadmau5, like I said earlier. When it comes to songs, they're an entire encapsulated idea, and the last thing you want to do with a mid-roll ad is interrupt that idea, therefore interrupting the viewer's experience. At the end of the day, well, yes, having mid-roll ads will get you more money. There's no doubt about that. It is ruining the listener's experience. That is something you always have to weigh out no matter what.